we're on a stakeout. Ways in which this is like a stakeout. 1, we are 2 grown adults sitting in a parked car waiting for something to happen. 2, we're going out of our minds with boredom. Cop shows know what the viewer wants in a cop show. They like pace, action, adventure. They never cut to a stakeout and show it deadpan for 23 minutes. That's what we're about to do. Ways in which this is not like a stakeout. 1, there's no fast food in the car. Not a burger, donut, coffee or soda in sight. And quite honestly, my stomach is wound so tight I couldn't eat a single thing without barfing. 2, we can't actually see the house we are staking out. Now that sounds like a rookie error, but it's entirely according to the plan. 3, there are 2 child seats in the back of our car. You don't get that much on cop shows. The truth is, we're 2 adults sat twiddling our thumbs in a car waiting for something to happen. We've run out of things to say. We check our phone in case time magically speeds forward and we miss the appointed time. We fidget. I'm going to cut most of the next 23 minutes out. Look at our phone. Handover is at 10 a.m. on the dot. There are 22 more minutes yet to go. Cut through a few minutes. Today is a day we will never forget. I will never forget. It's been 6 years in the making, 3 years of trying for something, a year of interviews and paperwork and building to this day. The social worker arrives. Oh, phew, something to do. She goes over the plan again. We have agreed to and listened to this plan in several meetings already, and as she goes through it, I can't help like feeling like a stupid kid being told how to line up for assembly for the umpteenth time. The plan is simple. We don't go in, we've always gone in. We act normal. We're not really feeling very normal, but we'll do our best, and we will stick to the plan. We nod and agree and just want to get it over with. Eventually, 10 o'clock turns up. Woohoo! We coast the car onto the drive. We get out of the car. The door magically opens, and there on the doorstep, we have our handover. It's the weirdest moment of our life. We can't look at the adults. We can see the pain in their faces. We take our packages and we strap them into the child seats in the back of the car. And quite honestly, I want to drive away from the awkwardness and the weirdness as fast as we can. My husband turns to me and he says, "Ready." But something goes up the back of my neck and I know that something's wrong. "Stop, stop!" I yell. "Where are Nibbles and Bubbles?" I look around. The children don't have them. I get out of the car. I search the boots. I can't find them. They're not in the bags. Today, of all days, how have we forgotten Nibbles and Bubbles? I'm searching and searching, and I cannot believe we've forgotten them. Nibbles and Bubbles are a cuddly toy, a rabbit and a dog. But saying they're cuddly toys is like saying today is just Thursday. These were the very first things we ever bought our children before we even met them. They were a sign of what we hoped would happen, a sign of the love we were feeling for them. Nibbles is one very important bunny. I rush out of the car, deviating from the plan, and I go face to face with a scene I was never meant to see. She lies sobbing on the floor, crumpled in a heap. I search the house and I find them. But for today, for everything that is joyous about today for us, the start of something, it is sadness for them. These are children the foster family may never see again. I grab the toys and I leave behind me the thing that I didn't want to see. And I am pouting childishly because my special day has been ruined because I saw something I was never meant to see. But I hold Nibbles and Bubbles aloft and I return to the car. And as I pass Nibbles to my daughter, she grabs him and says, "Oh, Nibbles," and hugs him tight, and I feel some of the pressure relief. She loves her bunny. We put the car in reverse and gradually drive away from this weirdness, this strangeness, and I look behind me at these incredible sights. She's bouncing Nibbles on her lap, and she's singing, "This is the way the lady rides." And it brings a smile to my face on a day that's been full of strangeness. Today is a day I will never forget. The day that I became a mum, that we became a family, the day when 2 became 4.
Good evening, my name is Paul Smith. I've always had a bit of a love-hate relationship with my name. Some people call it common, I prefer to use the term popular. But it's not entirely unique, is it, Paul Smith? There are some pros to being called Paul Smith. I mean, nobody ever asks you how to spell it. It's impossible to shorten. You can't get an email address to save your life. You can't get an email address, you can't get a Twitter account. If you've got a unique name, it's easy. You can walk up to Twitter whenever you like and just get your name as your Twitter handle. But that was never an option that was available to me when I went to Twitter. It didn't matter when I went, it was already gone. This website, howmanyofme.com, estimates how many of you live in. I think it's a bit low for Paul Smith, but either it's 1 or fewer. Anyway. If you haven't got an interesting name, you can always change your name. And a few months ago, the DVLA had to issue Buzz Lightyear with a driving license. He won his case to win it. But some people don't even need to change their names to make them interesting. I mean, I'm sure she's a lovely woman, but if your name is Severin Knackers, you're going to struggle to get a date, aren't you? In fact, if you Google funny names, all you get is a long list of second-rate Viz characters. I don't know if you can see, that's Captain Hyman Shocker, Willie Stroker. The best place to find great names is the Name of the Year award. So you go on the Name of the Year website. It's been going quite a while. My personal favourite is No J Nimpson. 2015's Amanda Miranda Panda is also a bit of a highlight. It's been going since the 80s. Unfortunately, actually, Licentious Beastie in '99 was subsequently disqualified. So Dick Surprise took it as a runner-up. I have to say, I am proud of my name, though. So my middle name, Dennis, this is after my dad, Dennis Smith. This is when he invented Movember in the 70s. But you know, he's my hero, so I'm proud to have the name Dennis. And one of his friends, a guy called Paul Shardlow, died at the age of 25, 6 months before I was born. And my mum and dad determined that their unborn child would be called Paul in his honour. And so for that reason, I'm very proud to be called Paul Dennis Smith. Thank you very much.
Alan Bennett to me is very much a hero. I admire his, sparkle. I like him a lot, but it's not possible that I can continue that accent. It's hard enough to think of what to say whenever you ill-advisedly agreed to volunteer to stand in front of the next X-Men movie poster. Of course, shopping. Yes, shopping. We all do it. I do it differently to other people because I don't use one of these trolleys here. I like to just fill my pockets. I find it saves time at the checkout, which I don't go to. Tunnel in the dark. That's water. I saw water along there, and that's reflection of the admirable lighting they've got going on in a tunnel that could lead to the very gates of hell itself. Such as that! Jesus! Don't you come at me, you fucker. Next slide.
Just before we close, do we have the results of the poll?
We do. It's the one you can't pronounce.
We have a winner, and it is Barbara of Seville. Neville of Seville.
Barbara of Neville. Neville. The joke's Neville.
It's Barbara of Neville. Right, the end. Thank you. Thank you for coming along to Bettakultcha. Okay. This is my best gag, right? My best gag. I was feeling depressed. I went to the doctors and I said, I'm really depressed. And he said, either You're suffering from Tony Hancock syndrome. You're showing the classic symptoms, depression, coming out with one-liners. I don't know what came over me then. I suddenly blurted out, Costa Concordia! He went, there you go. That's one-liner. Thank you, good night!
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you can see others on the Bettakultcha YouTube channel. Subscribe now and you'll be notified when new ones are uploaded.